hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Dudes Like Us.
Dudes like us.
What is today? It's been a long time. So
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
August 10th.
It is August 10th.
I don't even know when the last time we've been here. At least 2 weeks.
Been,
Right?
2 weeks.
It's been a while. Anyway, I'm Jeff.
I'm Paul.
And I'm hot rocking, shocking Sean.
Nice.
Oh, God.
And we are dudes like us, dudes like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks. It's been a lot's happened since the last time we sat down.
Yeah. Paul went on a vacation.
I went on a vacation, yes, to take care of my parents while they were visiting their cabin in Colorado.
Correct. Then I went on vacation, partly to move my son into a new apartment at Texas Tech.
Right.
And then to take the first solo vacation with my wife we've had in quite a while.
Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg, yes.
Yeah, you guys had a good time.
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
I want to pick your brain for what you did during that trip because I think I'm going to do the same thing here in about 6 weeks or so.
All right.
So, yeah. It's a nice area.
It is beautiful. It's about 4.5 hour drives from here through the hill country.
A lot of wineries. And
Oh yeah, there's I don't know how many wineries, 100 wineries down there.
Crazy.
Some good stuff. So they grow different kind of grapes here in Texas because it gets hotter than like California and other places that you typically think of wine. So there's different varietals of grapes that they grow here.
Right. It's all about climate.
Yeah, one of the guys we went to, I guess it's true. They said if you see a Chardonnay at any of the wineries down here, they bought the grapes in Napa or Sonoma, and
Interesting. Because they
can't.
cannot grow those grapes here.
They're very, very, very difficult to grow the Chardonnay, or you can't do it because it's too hot. So they said if you see a Chardonnay, it's they bought grapes from a vineyard in California or somewhere that can grow Chardonnay, and
Did their own bottling here.
yeah, they smashed them and made the wine out of them, but they just didn't grow them on
Gotcha.
their own vineyards.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's good, and that's where in Fredericksburg is an old German town. A bunch of German settlers came in, so
Yeah.
So it's very lots of German restaurants.
Yes.
Had some.
Did you get a Wienerschnitzel?
My wife got a Wienerschnitzel. She got one of those, and I got the sausage plate.
Hold on. So when you say Wienerschnitzel, what is your idea of a Wienerschnitzel?
It's a piece of meat pounded flat, breaded.
Well, they have.
There's all kinds of Wienerschnitzels.
That's right. They have veal, right, which is a baby cow kept in the dark its whole life and then slaughtered for a Wienerschnitzel.
Well, it doesn't know any better. It's been in the dark. They're just like, oh, just
Right.
dark now.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Democrats.
They're kept in the dark.
Yeah, till eaten.
What militia are you in?
All right. Well, the reason why I bring that up is because there's a lot of. In fact, there's even a place called the Wienerschnitzel where they sell hot dogs.
Yes. Well, and they also have. They have.
They have a bunch of those in Lubbock, by the way.
They had one in El Paso. That's my only experience with
They
them.
used to have one here down Preston.
And just hot dogs only, right?
Wienerschnitzel, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of
Oh,
like
is it really only hot dogs with
Only hot
sauerkraut and
dog.
stuff like that?
No, it's like chili.
yeah, it's not even real
So it's nothing
German
like-
stuff.
No.
So I was
Right.
kind of like,
It's a
what
play on
is that
words.
all about?
It's a play
So
on
when
words.
people
Oh, it is,
say, "Hey,
yeah.
I had a Wienerschnitzel," I'm like, "Well, dude, do you really know what that is?"
That's a different thing.
Yeah, this was a real, Fredericksburg version of a Wiener. I'm sure it's different than actual German, just like Mexican food.
Well, I
here.
mean,
It's
as long as it's
real
not a
Mexican
wiener,
food.
you know.
No, it wasn't a wiener. It was a piece of, I think she got a,
Such a weird word.
I don't know if it's
A wiener. A
Yeah.
wiener.
So you get that. I got the sausage plate with sauerkraut and German potato salad, which I believe the German potato salad was straight out of a can.
From
Because
Walmart.
because I like German potato salad, and when I have a fix for it, I'll go to Kroger and get that can of German potato salad, and it tastes just like that.
So what's different about German potato salad?
It's
Compared
it's,
to
it's
regular-
got a vinegar base instead of a mayonnaise base, and it's got little bits of bacon in it.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
And the potatoes are sliced flat, so they're like big round, almost like really thick potato chips, except they're soft like potato salad.
I usually do not eat potato salad at all, but I guess the last several get-togethers we've had, people have been bringing over like the mustard base.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
oh yeah. Yeah, you can't taste the mayonnaise.
I can't stand mayonnaise.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't taste mayonnaise. I don't think there's no mayonnaise in German potato salad.
Yeah.
And it's a sweet, vinegary, and it's not real runny, but it's a lot thinner sauce than
Right.
your mayonnaise stuff. So it's one of my favorites. I like the mustard potato salad, the egg potato salad, and German potato salad.
Yep.
I'm
Very
with
good.
Jeff. Potato salad, I enjoy the hell out of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
So did you see the Pacific?
No, we
Have you ever been?
No, we have full intentions of going. We walked back. We were looking. It's like, okay, what time do they open? How much does it cost to get in? It's like $25 a head to get in. We're like, okay, we just need to plan a few hours to do it because it takes some time to get through it.
It takes a long time. Like you can come back multiple days and still not go through it all.
Yeah. So no, we missed it again this time, and it's something that we always say we want to do, but for some reason, we just never make it.
Yeah.
Because things shut down early there. So keep that in mind. If you're out at the wineries and you're just like, yeah, it's 6 o'clock, downtown's going to be shut down.
Even the restaurants?
Well, a lot of them are closed on multiple days a week.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I
Good
would
to know.
and I would recommend going down during the week. Do not go on the weekend.
Because it's just crazy crowded.
Because everyone that we were there, because yes, it was perfect. You could walk in to the wineries and sit right down for the tasting
During the week, yeah.
During the week, and we were talking to all the people. They're like, yeah, on the weekend, you wouldn't be able to get in.
Oh wow. I can't stand crowds, man.
Yeah.
That's a much better idea.
And you have to make reservations on the weekend.
Right.
Just say, I'm going to be at this winery at 2:10.
Right.
I'm going to be at this one at 3 o'clock. And you have to be there because that's when your reservations are.
Yeah, sure.
And we went. It was during the week. You just walk in.
Right.
And you sit down, and there's maybe one or two other people in there with you.
And were you celebrating an anniversary? I forget.
No, it's just vacation.
Getting away.
Just getting away.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, you sent some pictures of hanging out on the back patio.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, we went to one. They're brand new, and we found out they actually import all their grapes from Europe, and then they make the wine over here.
Okay.
Their niche that they're going for is old world style wines. So they're buying the wines or the grapes from those sections over there that they make the old style wines, whatever those are. They're all a bunch of French names and stuff.
Yeah.
And they didn't grow them there. I don't believe. I could have been wrong, but well, maybe they did. Maybe they brought them over and they're growing them, but they're the French style wines. But it was good. But they're still building their tasting room and stuff. So we were sitting out back on this huge patio, overlooking this huge, beautiful field with the rolling hills. Not mountains,
nice.
But it was nice. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it is nice. Well, and I was jealous. You got to visit the distillery.
Yeah, Garrison Brothers.
Garrison Brothers.
Yeah.
Was it a big place or
no?
Pretty low key.
Oh, very low key. And I sent you the picture. It's a couple of small buildings. They have tours. We didn't plan to do the tour. We have to get a reservation to do that. So I think it's something that we would probably enjoy doing. But they do take tours of the distillery. And they have a bunch of land down there. And the whole tasting area. They have a shop you can go in there. So they have a little they have a building there where they're selling their bourbons.
Yeah.
Someone in there.
And the tasting, you showed a picture of it. They were pretty strong pours.
Oh, they were huge. They were very strong pours. And I even said something. I was like, because they're like, you want the 3 or the 4 tastings? Because you get to try actually more. So I figured they'd be a regular little itty bitty tasting. But she was like, pouring. I was like, wow. I was like, good thing my wife's driving. She's like, yeah, we have heavy pours here. And it was like $12, $12 or $13. So anyway, yeah, Garrison Brothers. It was they make good stuff.
And we've tried one.
Well, you had one.
I had one, but
right.
we've never had one at the podcast.
No.
Well, they're not cheap.
No, and they're
$100 plus.
They're actually more expensive on site.
That's crazy.
This is the Garrison stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told my wife, I was like,
it was a cool picture.
We can go. Yeah, it was nice.
And they have 4 different. So they have a rye.
No, no.
They don't have a rye.
I didn't have. Well, not in the tasting. They had 2 different small batches.
Okay.
Or maybe it was 2 single barrels. It was 2 single barrels. They had single barrel A, single barrel B, and then they had the small batch, which is the standard Garrison, and then they have what they call the honeydew, which is they sweeten it with honey. It's not real sweet at all, but it was really good.
Okay. Good
So
to know.
I had those 4. So it's got the yellow wax or whatever they have on there, right?
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
Dutch, and they have the black, the yellow, and I think the single barrels they have red on it. I don't know, or gold. But yeah, I mean it was 4 big strong pours of some really good bourbon, and like I said, $12 or $13 for it. That's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it was really, 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 really fun. I highly recommend you going down there. Tons of bed and breakfast, tons of cabins you can rent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Cool.
And good food, good wine, good drinks.
All right. So, what are we drinking tonight, gentlemen?
Oh, you know what? We are drinking the it's a brand new one we just got. George Dickel bottled in bond whiskey, aged 13 years. Got a blue label. And
Very tasty.
it's very
Very.
good. I think this is the oldest one we have. The aged for 13 years. Our Mr. Producer's gonna try to pull up some information on it.
It's a winner, man.
Yeah, smells delicious. Ooh, now that it's opened up,
Yeah.
So when you first popped
even
it out of the bottle, poured it, had a really high, it had
man.
a strong fruit flavor, like a pear or a stone fruit, as I think is what we were calling it.
Check out the nose now, Sean.
Oh, the nose
It's
now?
amazing.
It's very soft. I mean,
Yeah.
13 years makes a huge difference.
Huge.
and there's some sweetness.
Wow. That's really good.
That's impressive. How much was that bottle?
It was $40.
$40.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
a
we
winner.
gotta go get more of that, and
Yeah.
just keep it in the vault.
The vault. I actually found that at Costco, out in Lubbock.
Crazy.
But we were at
What,
where were
that?
we? That one, yeah.
Interesting.
So I found that at Costco at Lubbock, and we were out at gosh, where were we? Specs,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
they had 2 or 3 bottles of it there.
Yeah.
So we may need to make another venture out
We
there.
do.
to pick
I'm in
another one up.
agreement. I almost bought one because I was like, man, I don't know if these are going to stick around.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's really, really good, and it's the like I said, the bottled and bond 13-year.
It's 100 proof too.
That's what bottled and bond is. Whenever you see a bottle and bond, it's always 100 proof.
Oh, it's exactly 100 proof every time. Bottled and
Correct.
bond. That's what it means.
Every bottle and bond, yes.
I did not know that. All right. So, Mr. Producer just handed me. Yep, that's it. Bottled and bond. Let's see here. Its distilling season was spring of 2007.
Gee.
It's distilling. Oh no, 2008. Distilling season was fall of 2008. Let's see, bold and balanced. First release. This says 11 years old, but this one is 13. So I think we've actually got 13-year-old. Here he goes. 2019 Whiskey of the Year, Whiskey Advocate. San Francisco Gold Medal winner. 13-year-old whiskey's bold, balanced, rooted in authenticity. At 100 proof, bottled and bond, can be enjoyed neat on the rocks. So I don't see a mash bill on it. But
Now, are they classifying this as a bourbon or just
It's a whiskey.
Whiskey.
is it a
The
whiskey?
Tennessee whiskey, right?
Yeah. So, my ignorance here. Bottled in bond. What does that mean?
I believe that has something to do with prohibition. I don't know what the specifics are, but it's whenever you see a bottle and bond, whether it's Evan Williams and you're watching Midway, or Dickel or whoever it is, it's 100 proof.
So my understanding was it had something to do with verifying authenticity. Like it was during a period where maybe they were coming out of prohibition, and there was a lot of moonshining going on, and there was like a lot of people like mixing, putting crap stuff in their bourbon, and bottled in bond had something to do with the guaranteeing the quality and.
So what says, it seems like an innovation in spirits hits shelves every day. Matured whiskey to Metallica's music, gin that changes colors. There are cold brew liqueurs, bottles promoted by marquee movie stars, and spirits made with sans alcohol. But one of the most notable kinds of spirits isn't new at all. The bottled in bond designation is steeped in more than a century of an American distilling heritage. It arguably holds spirit to standard higher than most Scotch and more scrupulous than Cognac's designation. In the term seems mysterious. You're not alone. Many have no idea what bottled in bond mean. Considered bottled in bond or bonded, the craft certification of it today. Bonded whiskey is a mark of provenance and transparency, says Colin Spolman, the co-founder of the head distiller of Kings County Distillery, Spolman's Distillery in Brooklyn. It's relevant to distillers today. So, did that answer the question?
No.
Okay, in the late 1800s, many whiskeys were
What are you
of
reading?
Well, it says right here, what is bottled in bond mean?
He's about to get to what I just described. Go for it.
So in the late 1800s, many whiskeys were of questionable provenance. Booze was bought in barrels, not bottles, which made it easy to tweak and taint. Taint. Spellman says that Kentucky distillers were undercut by those from Chicago that sold a column distilled neutral spirit like vodka. Wholesalers would blend or finish the spirit, often with the artificial flavors and additives to stretch the whiskey. The worst, glycerin caramel coloring, wood
Kinda
chips,
like
and
cocaine.
sometimes formaldehyde.
Yeah, it would kill people.
Even
cut it.
formaldehyde.
Right.
Yeah, to give the whiskey the vague taste of properly made traditional whiskey. Ambient pressures. So basically, Bottled to Bond says, hey, man, we're doing the shit right.
Yeah.
You know, we're not throwing any chaotic, weird stuff in here.
Kind of like the FDA, right?
Yeah.
The government guaranteed the quality of it. It was a program that distilleries could buy into to guarantee the flavor.
But was it a government?
Yeah, that's what it said. It
Oh,
was
okay, a government program. I didn't
it
know
was
that
an
part
act.
either.
It said the Bottle and Bond Act of 1897.
Ah, okay.
As a reaction to widespread, this is via Wikipedia, so
Oh.
as a reaction to widespread adulteration in American whiskey, just like he said.
Okay. Well, there you have it.
It
Except
made
shorter.
the federal government the guarantor of a spirit's authenticity, gave producers a tax incentive for participating, and helped ensure proper accounting and the eventual collection of the tax.
Oh, okay.
was
Well, that's
due.
really why the government did it.
Right.
Interesting. All right, so I got the mash bill. It is 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% barley.
Heavy corn.
Heavy corn.
So what makes
84 corn?
84 corn.
this? So
Wow.
this must not be aged in new oak barrels, because otherwise it would be a bourbon, right? Because that mash bill matches.
It has to be at least 51% corn. Yeah.
Well, it also has to go in at a specific proof. That's another thing. It has to go into the
Right.
barrels at a specific proof. So if it doesn't follow all those rules, it can't be claimed a whiskey.
A bourbon.
I'm sorry, a bourbon. Yeah. So far, this is a good one.
So it's 84, 8. Corn, rye, barley. Good stuff.
Yeah, very,
All
very
right,
good.
so this last 2 weeks, very significant thing that's been happening, although apparently most of America is not watching or didn't watch, the Olympics.
Yeah. The Olympics were a big thing when I was growing up. I always looked forward to it.
Me too.
Sean's over there eating meat and drinking its juice. And I always looked forward to it. And Jim McKay, I believe he was the one who would do the Olympics way back then.
Way back then, and then it was Costas.
Yeah. And I always look forward to it. My wife and I really enjoy watching it. And unfortunately, there are certain things I won't watch on it anymore. And I think we've heard enough about it as the athletes themselves doing the stupid woke shit.
Yeah,
Well, they're saying that was
they're using that platform to do their personal stuff, and
Right.
it's inappropriate.
And it's not.
it totally is, and they're saying that was the main driver. At least they think so. The main driver, but behind the record low viewership.
Right. Between the women's soccer team, the shot putter, and there's others, that are out there doing the men's basketball team. Well, they're
I'm
all
curious if
NBA
there's,
guys,
there's
so
I know.
any other countries that are doing that.
not to the level of the U.S.
I mean,
No.
period. Though, are any of them doing it?
Well, I mean, the two teams that the U.S. played, they all took a knee with the United States. The women's soccer team, like Sweden took a
I
knee,
don't understand that.
and somebody else took a knee. But did you notice that one didn't?
I didn't
One-
see
Sweden?
that. No, on the U.S. team.
Yeah, she stood, and it was a major name, Carly something, Carly Lloyd. I mean,
Yeah, I think
she's a big time player on the team.
I wonder if her teammates give her shit.
I don't know. I think she comes from a military family, and I think she was kneeling, and I think maybe somebody in her family said enough, and so she stood. I have no idea, but Anyway, she's good, and
Yeah.
it was a moment. They captured it.
Yeah, I didn't watch any soccer. I
Nope,
didn't
I
watch
didn't
any
either.
basketball.
Yep, I refuse to watch both of those sports.
They didn't show the lady shot put, but I know she got second to last.
Right.
So she didn't perform at all, and then the whole gymnastics thing.
Simone.
Which, I don't, that's not being woke, but,
No, that's not being woke.
and there's things going back and forth that, they're saying, it's a real thing that gymnasts get where they lose direction, right?
The twisties.
That's what they called it, yeah. And, if that's the case, I can kind of understand. You don't want to be
Is
up
it
there-
like your equilibrium?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
And you're up there doing 3 flips and 4 twists, and you don't know where the ground is, right? And you're 15 feet off the floor.
It just happened at a bad time
And so that's
for her.
I've
That's
never heard
it.
of it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know if it's an excuse because she couldn't handle the pressure or what. That's on her. I think the other girls stepped up and performed. What I did not like, if that's the case, if she didn't want to do it, fine. Stop showing her. Stop interviewing her. Stop showing her in the crowd. Stop showing her. Let's focus on the girls
Yeah,
that
but
are
that's
actually doing it.
But that's the story, right? The media is going to focus on that because that's the story.
Well, was she one of the one that was misrepresenting the United States? When I say misrepresenting, I'm
No.
saying
No.
like dealing and being
No.
disrespectful.
No, she was not doing
none
that.
of the gymnasts did that. No.
No, she did not do that. But the problem I had is they just kept talking about her.
Yeah, they just wouldn't let it go.
Instead of the girls who stepped up and did it, let's talk about them.
Right.
Instead of the one who is not there.
I agree.
So
Yeah, and it
that's the
was
problem I had.
unfortunate that there were some people hating on each other back and forth. Like some people were dogging her, and then some people were horrified that they would dog her, and they were going back and forth. I mean, it's just one thing after another to divide our country,
I
right?
know, I
Just
know.
more and more division.
Right.
Anyway, so that was a big deal. But I thought what's her name stepped up and got the all around gold. That was awesome.
She did. Yeah, she came up. I don't remember her name.
Suni Lee or something
yeah,
like that.
Suni Lee. She stepped up and got the all-around gold.
That
so
was awesome.
Good for her.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And
There were some good moments as well in the Olympics.
oh yeah, I watched the heck out of the swimming.
Yes.
I enjoy watching those.
Yeah, there was some good moments there.
Yeah, there's.
I didn't watch any of it.
That's too bad.
You don't like the Olympics, or you just didn't think
No,
of it?
it's not that I don't like them. I'm a little turned off on them. So,
Yeah.
but it's not that I don't like them. I just haven't had time.
Yeah.
That's really the bottom line.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch the sports where, like I said, the women's sport, their soccer team. I didn't watch any of that, so I didn't see any of that. But I didn't notice anything on the swimming or the track that I've watched so far, and gymnastics. I didn't see anything as far as that woke bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same thing, and I found that interesting that considering how many events were going on and how many medals were awarded and how many athletes are there, to taint the whole thing as, woke and for people not to watch.
It's the press, because the press covers the 2 or 3 people that
I
screw everything
know
up.
they
It's
just
a
hammered it.
It's a small percentage of people who
It really
get
was.
bent out of shape, and they ruin it for everyone else.
They really did, and most of America apparently wasn't watching. They just-
99% of the athletes are not like that.
right?
Did you see the female wrestler from Texas when she won?
She's like freaking out and crying and
Freaking out, crying, and she was wearing the American flag. And I think she's a black lady,
right.
and I think the reporter was looking for something controversial. She goes, so how does it feel wearing the flag and representing the U.S.? And she's like, it's fabulous.
Right.
It's great. I love this country. It's given me everything.
Good for her.
Yeah, and she was
Good for
screaming it
her.
out loud, and God bless USA and all that stuff, and that's what it should be when you're at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I agree. I mean, you are absolutely there to represent your country. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there's personal satisfaction, there's hard work. You put in the work, you train, you do all that stuff. But I mean, the goal there is to win a gold medal for you and for your country. And you can never not finish that sentence. It's also for your country.
It is, and I think that's what is lost on these woke people.
Right.
The purple-haired lady from the soccer team.
Yeah. Did you see that the Subway franchisees
They're getting
they're
upset.
they're sick and tired of seeing her.
Well, they're getting grief
Yeah, they're
from the
sick.
customers.
Yeah. sick and tired of seeing her on their commercials.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. There needs to be consequences for this.
Well, there is because the franchisees owners are because none of the stores are corporate owned for
Right.
Subway. They're all
Ah.
franchises.
I did not know that. Okay.
And
So
I'm
that's
sure,
even more significant.
yeah. So all the not all of them, but a big majority of the franchisees owners are complaining to corporate and needs to go because they're tired of explaining themselves to their customers.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
There she is.
Good for her. Yes, I did see that. She was crying and emotional, and that
Yeah.
was awesome.
I don't remember what her name is, but
But
it
I
was
think
good.
the best sport. I think the best sport that I watched the most of was probably beach volleyball.
It was on a lot.
Of
It was
course
on a lot.
Of course it was. Shirley and I were both watching, and I was just laughing and shaking my head, and she was like, "It's just so ridiculous." They were zooming in on the butts, you know.
Yeah. When they're all bent over.
Oh
waiting for
yeah, and then they were zooming in on the cleavage, whatever cleavage they
yeah.
could get, right?
Yeah.
Because those things are so tight.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I just was shaking my head laughing. I was like, honey, I'm really into beach volleyball. Can you not talk while we're watching?
Just I want to get you beach volleyball uniform.
You're right.
You can wear around the house.
Right. For Halloween.
Yeah. Let's go as what are the A team? Is that what they're calling them?
Right. We're gonna go as beach volleyball players, honey.
Some of those women are big too. I mean, just big framed.
I saw one of them. One of them had like a little belly. I was like shocked.
Yeah.
It was no big deal. Every single one of them are like crazy skinny, right? And even Shelley was like, well, none of them have any boobs anyway because they have no body fat, and boobs are basically body fat. So, but I was like, yeah, there was like a Brazilian or something.
Yeah, but look at the butts.
Oh, I know. They had
Brazilian. You got to see that?
There was a yeah.
Being performed.
Yeah, they zoomed in really close. No, but there was a Brazilian, and she was. I mean, she wasn't fat by any stretch, but she had a little belly on her, and I was shocked. I was like, wow.
Well, one of the ladies on the U.S. team that's still playing is 6'5".
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
She doesn't look 6'5" because most ladies when they get that tall they get kind of gangly and
yes.
She's not.
Well, did you watch any of the volleyball?
Yeah,
they all look like freaks of nature. They're all super like Japanese women that are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". They're all that height in volleyball, except for the setters, right? The ones that wear a different color.
You talking about the sand volleyball or the regular?
No, regular volleyball.
Yeah, they're tall there too.
And they are crazy tall. And yeah, it was kind of interesting. I mean, I couldn't believe it, but yeah, they're all like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". And one team, what was the Tunisia? Tunisia was one of the teams I guess got a lot of coverage because they got pretty far, I guess. And there was like one hot chick on there.
And they kept showing her.
Oh, they kept showing her, of course. And she's like a mega superstar model. Instagram, you've got like 3 million followers. I mean, in her country, she's the shit, right?
Right.
And so yeah, there's people are freaking out about how pretty she is, and she's a freaking phenomenal athlete and all that kind of stuff. So anyway,
yeah,
Olympics, good stuff.
Yeah, they just ended.
No, it's over.
Yeah, it ended last weekend. And,
it is, yeah.
My wife and I are a couple days behind, so we're playing catch up.
So, how many? I mean, who won as far as like the most gold medals?
We did.
It was close between China. I don't know about gold medals, but total
no,
medal count.
we took it. Yeah, we were behind on gold medals, but we were ahead on total medals. But in the end, the women's track
just
totally
dominated.
brought us home.
So the United States had
Totally brought
39
us home.
gold, and China was very close second with 38.
Yep.
And the next,
so we went up big time because it was within two total medals there for a while. But we did.
Japan was in third with like 11 behind, like 27 gold medals.
That's a great showing for Japan in their home country, though.
But a total
27 golds. That's awesome.
113 medals total for the United States for all three categories of gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah, we kicked ass.
Shooting, I think. You see the thing where
we were actually pretty good
swept,
with that.
I think the shooting categories. I think we swept all medals.
Oh yeah.
But
what was the story I saw? One guy shot at the other guy's target.
Oh really?
On purpose?
I didn't see that.
No, by mistake. He accidentally shot at the other guy's target, which like never happens. Well, yeah.
Did he get in
Look
trouble?
that up. Olympic shooting. Look at put in wrong target.
Was he an American?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Olympic shooting, wrong target. It's pretty funny. Oh, dealing with Olympic failure.
That was 2012, 2016. Those are some old stories.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, there we go. Shot at wrong target, cost rifleman. Scroll up to the top. Is that recent?
No, 2011.
Oh, okay. Well, that happened at the Olympics.
Obviously, it happens a lot.
That's funny.
Anyway.
So what do? They like spin. You know how they spin on a bat? You know, you put your forehead on a bat and you spin around like 100 times, and
then
then
they put a rifle,
and then
they say, they run around
give
with
you
a
a rifle.
Right.
Yeah, they make you ski down a mountain
Automatic.
and then spin and then shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, new Olympic sport. Yeah, there was a couple of new Olympic sports. Surfing.
And we won it. The
Yeah.
girl from a gold from Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yes, she won.
I'm sorry, what?
It's Hawaii. That's a proper.
So they
Enunciation.
I've been saying
had
it wrong all this
surfing,
time?
and what was the other one?
What was that? You stroking out?
No, that was Hawaii. I was
Oh.
doing it.
Gotcha. Skateboarding.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Skateboarding.
Skateboarding was there. That was a new one.
And they're
Did
getting
Brody
rid of
watch that for
the
you?
speed walking.
I
Not
saw
enough
that.
women were participating.
No, there was no equivalent female race
That's correct.
to the 50-kilometer. So they're like, this isn't fair.
Hold on.
We're
What
gonna
does that
cancel.
mean?
I guess the women's didn't have a 50-kilometer.
Right. The men had one, but the women didn't have one. So they said, okay, we're going to cancel the men's.
Why not just make a women's?
Right. Because I can promise you there's plenty of women in the world that would love to compete for a
Yeah.
gold medal.
Why not just create a women's instead
Because
of
women can run marathons. Why can't they do a 25K?
50K?
Oh, 50K.
I bet
Oh,
because
well, they can't do
the women
50K.
were
50K.
you know why? Because they're smarter than us.
They just don't do it.
They're like, fuck that. You guys are idiots.
Yeah. Make them cancel the men. 'Cause
50
it's stupid.
kilometers, really?
Yeah.
That's a long ass way, man.
Yeah, I don't understand the. We're
Then they
just going to cancel it. And
Is that more than a marathon?
50 kilometers? Yes,
Plus, I saw.
It's more than or speed walking.
it's speed walking.
Plus, there's like rhythmic gymnastics that kind of spawned into something I've never seen before. They were like tossing up hula hoops and
Oh, it was a team
batons.
of like 5.
And they have ribbons and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the ribbon where it doesn't touch the floor, and there's like one person out on the floor, but I've never seen like 5
Right.
people out there.
It's like Cirque du Soleil.
And they've got like they got a ribbon, they got hoops and batons, and everyone's got to have something in their hands at all times, and they're tossing this stuff back and forth. And I was like,
I didn't see a team event like that.
Yeah, Sean was
yeah,
fascinated.
look
We
for
were at
rhythmic
Kelly's
gymnastics.
enjoying a bourbon, and they were on. He's like, "Look at that."
There you go.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
There you go. Yeah.
They have like these orbs, and there's the batons, and
Okay.
Oh, it's like right over our eyeballs.
that was an interesting way to do it.
Oh.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Wow. Where are these girls from? Oh,
Whoa,
okay.
wow, so-
all right.
Hey, so
getting a
you
little
got-
racy now.
you've got synchronized dancing, and these girls are talented, man. It's
course they are.
they're all doing their own shit, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they're synchronized. It's
Like-
kind of like they break down, and
Like swimming.
yeah, well,
Did they have synchronized swimming this year?
They did, of course.
I didn't see any of it.
Yeah, we
Not
didn't
that
see
I
any.
looked for it, but
Yeah, this is kind of weird. Anyway, I do know that the ribbon thing was a huge source of
angst.
controversy because Russia claimed that the Israeli who won the gold medal stole it, like won it unfairly, and Russia was throwing a fit and being crazy ugly about it and wanting to protest it with the judges and saying that if she were a decent human being, she would just give us back that gold medal that she didn't earn.
It's the judges.
I know,
right?
I know.
Well,
But they got all sorts of ugly about it.
So it's the judges if they screwed up. They need to have a beef with the judges, not the contestant,
Well, they
not
went,
the athlete.
they fired in every direction they could.
so what were they saying that the Israeli gymnast did that was wrong?
Well, for one thing, she dropped her ribbon,
okay,
and
well,
they said that alone should have been enough for her to not win the gold.
again, that's on the judges.
But the reality is, she had a much more difficult routine, and so they did do the deduction of dropping the ribbon, and it was still better than the Russian, right?
Right.
And the irony is, Russia did the same thing in like a previous Olympics where they dropped the ribbon and they still won gold. So it's total
Right.
hypocrisy. But
What
anyway.
I don't understand is they're not the Russian team. It's the
Mhm.
Russian Olympic Committee.
Because they got caught cheating,
Yes.
like
This
systemic.
is like the second time this has happened.
Yeah, like systemic state cheating, like at the highest worst level.
Which is stupid because okay, you can't go as Russia, but you can go as Russian Olympic Committee.
Oh, it was totally capitulation.
Yeah, it's they're still going.
I know.
They should be. You are independent.
Yeah.
If you want to go, and your country just completely jacked you out of the chance, you go as an independent.
I agree. But then there were apparently 2 or 3 that were cited as part of the doping thing, like heavily involved. Their names were all over it or something like that. And they were clearly banned. Could not go to the Olympics. 3
Right.
days before the Olympics started, they said, oh, okay, yeah, you're back in.
Really?
I mean, they're just totally capitulating to Russia. And I'm sure they've got power on the IOC. What is it? The Olympic Committee.
International
Olympic Committee.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's all sorts of power going on, and just like any other politician, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Well,
corruption.
they make a shit ton of money too.
Oh, of
that
course.
Olympic. Again, I think we've had this talk, but I think the Olympics will be gone before we die, just because
No.
it's too expensive. These countries can't afford either that, or they're going to have to change. They're going to have to say,
I think they did a fantastic way of changing it this year, and there's been a lot of people that disagree, and I know they did it because of different reasons. But I think the
what
way
are you referring to?
I'm referring to how they just have the performers go out and tell
no
family,
crowds, you mean?
Yeah, leave family and friends. Hey, man, look, sorry,
Because
watch
of
it on
that's how
TV.
they make money.
Because of COVID, of course.
Well, you know what? Okay, that's how the
No kidding.
That's how the area makes money.
Right.
But
that's what I mean.
look,
Tokyo lost out on tons of money, I'm sure.
They lost their ass on this.
you know what though? Look, it's not about that's not what the Olympics are about.
No, I agree.
So it's about
But it is
being
for the
Olympian.
host country.
No.
It is about making money.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Not for the athletes.
It is. But the spirit of the Olympics has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with trying to get the best Olympian out there.
Sure.
So that's what they needed to go back on, and I think that this is the perfect way to do it. I say if you got in a small arena, that's it. I think that because they have to, like we've talked about this in the past. We have to build up these huge communities like Russia.
Right.
They built this freaking city,
Right.
and
That's
then
a ghost town now.
Yeah, it's a waste of
What is that?
money.
No-
It's
so
a waste
no-
of money.
Noki, Noshi, Sochi.
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 So basically, at that point, if you do that, you could say, Frisco, you won the Olympics because we have Memorial Stadium. We have Toyota for soccer. We have the natatoriums.
And I do remember them saying that they were going to basically limit the Olympics to like 5 cities
That's what they need
in
to
the
do.
world that already
Go-
have all this stuff.
Going forward,
Yeah.
who said that?
I just remember it being debated. I don't remember.
I've said that. I said this is what they should do.
I agree. I think it's ridiculous. They needed to set it up where the infrastructure is
maybe
there.
you did say that, yeah.
Yeah, that's my idea.
Yeah. Are you on the IOC, though?
I'm going to take over.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm taking over UN too.
Oh, badass.
Yeah.
Did
You
you
guys
see
are going to be very influential and powerful.
Our bourbon collection's going to get bigger.
That's one of your main goals of joining the UN.
It's a
Yes.
staple.
It's just interesting.
Yes. So Olympics. The
Olympics,
next one.
yep, it was good.
The next winter one will be interesting to see if we attend or not.
So is that next year? Yes,
Yes, it's in. You know where it's at?
in China.
Beijing, China.
Wow. You're very
So-
spirited with some of the things that you were saying tonight.
Yes. So I'm curious if it's even going to happen, since that's the origination and the hotbed for this virus that's going around.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they going to have it?
I have definitely heard people say America should boycott
Yeah.
because of the
I think
Since-
other countries should as well. Not
yeah
just,
because
not
of the
just
bullshit
America.
with the whole COVID.
Not just that, but just the way China's behaving right now.
Yeah.
What are they doing right now? Just
Well,
not complying to
well, first
the
off, they have-
inspections?
Well, they have active genocide going on.
You have the Uyghur Muslims. Yeah, they're killing like millions of them.
Right.
Putting them in
Yeah.
concentration camps and killing them.
Yeah. I mean, it's just China's nobody's friend. I can promise you that. They want to take over the world in every way, shape, and form,
They want-
economically, militarily.
They're threatening war if anyone gets in the way of them taking over Taiwan.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're just
know.
not a good country. So anyway, but I don't know. I mean, usually people like overlook all that stuff for the Olympics, right? Because it's supposed to be apolitical and all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
with Biden in office, I don't see it
Oh,
happening.
he loves China.
I think if
His
if
whole
Trump,
family has
if Trump
made.
was in office, he'd be like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Biden's whole family has made millions off of China.
So they're euthanizing Muslims.
Whole race, yes.
And
That's a
they're
religion.
using them as slave labor.
Well, it's these Uyghurs, right? It's well, I guess it's not a race. It's a part of.
Well, I thought it
China-
was.
I was when you said Uyghurs, I was looking like, where are those white guys at? You know, I
Really?
thought you call them Uyghurs.
Wow.
Wow,
So what are Uyghurs?
that's what they are.
And it's spelled U like you. There we go. UYGH.
Oh, there you go. Uyghurs. Yughurs.
Uyghurs.
Yeah,
Who are the Uyghurs, and why is China being accused of genocide? So they're putting them in concentration camps, basically, in slave labor camps, and making them farm all the precious metals out of the earth and
Yeah.
having them.
Yeah, I don't know what they're making them do. I just know that it's bad.
that's really really bad. And China won't address it at all. I don't believe. Not that I've seen.
They have detained more than 1 million against their will.
So there was some
Re-education camps and sentenced hundreds of
there was
thousands to
a
prison
drone
terms.
that flew over some sensitive area in China, and the film got released. And there was all these look like prisoners, all in the same uniforms,
Mhm.
and they were loading them up on trains in sections.
Yeah.
And someone was calling him out for that. And the guy was like, "Where'd you get that video?" You know, the China diplomat. Is, "Where'd you get that video?" So of course he said, "Where'd you get that video?" I don't know how to say it. How do you do Chinese impersonation?
What's that? That was your Chinese attempt?
Yeah, I sound.
Kind
Where'd you get the video?
There you
No,
go.
that's definitely Indian.
That sounded like the Federals
Federals.
on
Federals.
Star Wars.
Oh,
They took heat for
oh
that.
yeah, they
Asian.
did take heat for that.
They took
didn't
major heat for that.
But anyways,
People are stupid.
that was some crazy shit. Because I mean, that was just recent. That was within a couple years ago. Within a couple
I'm
years.
telling you, China is
So I mean,
evil. They're evil.
they're we got shit like they're still calling like right there. I think that's part of it. I think. I think that's it.
What are
Yeah.
they doing? Oh yeah, there they are.
Hundreds
well,
of
They're all on their
blindfolded.
knees.
Well, that's a different one, but still, that's okay. I mean,
doesn't look good either.
Looks like Uyghurs.
so they're blindfolded. They've got these blue vests on
Oh,
with
boy.
gray and orange bodysuits underneath,
That's not.
and
good.
they're just cleanly shaven heads, and they're ready to. I don't know what they're doing. They're just led away by
Wow.
the police, and they're gonna, I don't know, put them in a. So that video is believed to made in 2018. So that's just within a couple years. So and where do they burn these people? It's like these mass grave sites.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
You
Don't know.
figured that with all the satellite
Nothing good.
imagery that we could be able to get,
Oh,
we would
we-
be
oh, we
able to
have
find
it.
that out.
I was
Oh,
gonna
sure.
say, it's probably out
We
there.
have it, and we do know what's going on, but the government's not going to say anything about it.
I don't know. Some crazy times right now. I feel completely different than I did about the world 10 years ago. I just think China's taken over, and they have been taken over.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, they've been playing a long game,
Yep.
And it's
and they are in control at this moment.
I think one of the more frightening things is they make the vast majority of our medicine.
Yeah,
that was alarming to read.
And if that's not corrected, that's going to be the problem.
well, Trump was like, "Bring it back and bring it back now."
And I don't think that ever happened.
I maybe some of it did, but
But those
it
manufacturers,
can't happen that quickly.
those manufacturers, they need to say, we're going to, instead of $4 a pill, it's going to be $7 a pill, and we're going to make it here.
Right. I agree. I mean, the guys.
There's too much risk at that.
It goes on and on and on. I mean, they've stolen all of our military secrets. They have a head start on the space race, which means if a war starts, they're going to take out all of our GPS satellites and our military is going to be worthless. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, it's bad news, man. They're positioning themselves for some serious shit.
Well, think about all those people who take insulin. Nope, your supply's gone.
Right.
How many people is that going to kill?
Right.
Right there alone.
I know. And I was reading an article today. They're like, we lose a war with China today. We lose.
I don't know about. I don't know about the space race. I haven't read about that.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
if you're thinking of it,
technology-wise, I think our technology is still better than theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think of it as the space race, yeah, I agree with you. But that's not what what Paul was saying. He was saying that what they have in the space right now is the ability to handicap us hugely,
Correct.
just by striking those satellites.
Correct. Which is
But
why
then-
Trump started the new branch,
Space Force.
Space Force. It's 100% because we have to protect our military assets from space.
So, I mean, forgive my ignorance on this. What the fuck is the Space Force? You know,
It's a brand new branch of the military.
I know that, but I mean, are they based in space?
There's satellites and shit like that. It's not astronauts floating around up
Yeah,
there.
I know that, but I mean, actually, that's not that may be true right now, but I'm sure that's not going to be true. I'm
Yeah.
thinking that we're going to have some sort of
100 years from now?
international.
Absolutely. I bet you there's military space stations up there. 100 years from now?
Sure. Oh yeah, sure. I'm sure there will be, but it's
Yeah,
more.
just-
It's more about
Probably
the
sooner than that.
satellites. It's more about the satellites and, you know,
Oh, yeah. It's about protecting. It's about building weapons that can take out our enemies' satellites and building weapons to protect our own. That's
Yeah.
what it is right now. That's
Yeah.
what the game is right now.
You know, my fear is, I've got all kinds, but
be like
this,
Moonraker.
Yeah.
yeah. I was just going to hit on something on that.
Yeah.
Is that my fear is that somebody
Jaws.
I don't know what country somebody's going to go up and start fucking with the moon, and my fear is that once they start fucking with the moon, they're going to fuck with that's
Gravity,
they're going to fuck with the planet.
the tides.
Yeah, because once you
But
start,
hold on. The moon is gigantic. You can't fuck with the moon
well, you
to the
start.
point where you're like making it change its orbit and like messing up the tides and stuff.
How do you know?
I mean, because you can't. It's huge. You know what kind of force it would take to mess with the moon?
A bunch of nukes.
Yeah,
I guess.
Bruce Willis.
yeah. You know,
You're kind of talking about who's the
We saw Armageddon. Come on,
who's the guy with the long nose, the cartoon, and then Steve Carell?
Pinocchio.
Despicable Me. Doesn't he steal the moon?
I don't know.
You've never seen Despicable Me?
No, my kids are grown.
with the minions.
I've seen the Minions. Actually, I think I did see
That is
Despicable,
Despicable
Me.
Me.
I was gonna say
I saw Despicable Me, but that was the
that's a
last one I
great
saw.
show.
He stole the moon.
Yeah, he stole the moon because he was. It's about these hoodlums, trying to outdo each other, like who can pull off the bigger job. So he goes and steals the moon.
Oh,
Yeah,
where's he put it?
He's able to shrink it. See, look, he's got it in his hand.
Oh,
He has a
is that
shrinking.
the first one?
He has a shrinking device.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember. Is that the first one? Yeah.
It says 2010. So my kids, I did see that then, but I don't remember that at all.
It was so good.
I don't remember it either.
I remember enjoying it. I used to work with someone who
So
looked
that's what
exactly
China's
like
planning
that.
on doing.
Stealing the moon.
Well,
So-
shrinking it.
But my point is that
Shrink ray.
you don't know what
Mhm.
nobody knows. I mean, we don't know what's going on up at the moon. I mean, we don't know the dark side of the moon. I mean, we don't have any maps that say what's on the other side.
China landed on the dark side of the moon, so
Pink-
maybe
Pink
you're
Floyd.
right.
Yeah, but we don't have anything. We
Maybe
don't have
they're
any.
building something over there now.
A base.
I don't think it's a matter of them building
I think
something.
the Transformers are like.
I'm just thinking all they have to do is have an accident, and where they've got some nuclear powered something, and it blasts that thing.
And it cracks it in half.
It just knocks it off course of 1%, a 0.1%, and I'm thinking 0.1% in an orbit can get that thing to start spinning. Perhaps, I don't know.
You have very interesting conspiracy theories. You had another one that was eyebrow raising. What was the other one? Where you were talking about ancient civilizations and aliens,
Yeah,
and there was something that had to do with I don't remember now, but you're a very interesting conspiracy
Well, you know, if you're
theories.
thinking like that, an asteroid could hit the moon and do the same thing.
Oh, and it
That's
will.
true too, and it's inevitable.
Now that has the force of like 1,000
So
nuclear bombs.
here's
Right.
what I think. I think this is, someone asked me what's the secret of life. I would say it's like the polarity, magnetism. And I'm thinking, well, maybe that's what keeps the moon in check. Maybe the fact that it's polar opposites. And so maybe it's north, south. And that's the reason why it doesn't spin.
It does.
It does spin. It spins at the same rate as the Earth. The exact same rate. That I find fascinating.
So, but is that, I know, but what if it's not? What if the Earth has, maybe there's something.
You're saying the moon's not spinning?
No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like tethered by a magnetic pull from the Earth.
But it is spinning.
It is spinning. And
Is
the
it?
Earth is
Yes.
not flat.
No, hold on. So I'm holding up an imaginary ball, all right?
Okay.
And I'm holding up a pen.
Yes.
So I
And
understand
I've
what you're
got
saying, but the moon is spinning.
It is spinning.
But how do you know that? Just because the Earth it's spinning at the same time as the Earth is going around, right?
Because we have like scientific devices that can measure this shit.
So
I smell vanilla.
so if it's spinning, then why can't we see the other
I was
side?
expecting this kind of like, whoa, that's out of this world. I was expecting that in the second episode, not the first. But you went early on this one, Sean. You pulled the whoa.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I think it's
I don't know. I mean, I don't see how you could say it's spinning when it's clearly not.
The
well,
moon?
it clearly is.
They know beyond the shadow of a doubt
How is it
that
spinning?
it's spinning because
If the moon face is always facing the Earth, how can it be spinning?
Well, how can you say the Earth isn't flat?
All right, that's retarded.
But the moon not spinning, is it?
Because we're spinning around the sun, and the moon is spinning around us, and the Earth spins while it's spinning around
Correct.
the sun, making the 24 hours in a day. But the moon doesn't do that
How do you know?
because there's no day on the other side of the moon.
there is, you just can't see it.
Oh, I guess there is. That's the new moon and black. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward now.
Tell you what, let's have an episode where we talk about lunar particulars. We'll call it the Lunar Podcast.
We're going to need a specialist to come in
Moon
here.
rocks.
But one thing that is kind of crazy. I always quiz my kids. Is it waxing or waning? What phase is it, right, of the moon? But when I try to hold up like what you just did, when I try to hold up a tennis ball and a marble and have a basketball as the sun, and I try to position the moon to make it explain those phases, I quickly go, oh yeah,
It just does it.
I can't figure out where does the moon have to be to have it, and I know they have it all figured out, and I'm sure we could pull up a YouTube and it would
Well, it's because
have
the
a scientific model.
The Earth is blocking the sun, right? Which causes it to go dark, right?
Yes, that is true, but again,
Or is that an eclipse?
it's both, right? It's both. The new moon is being, you know what? It was like I
Why
said,
what's in the way?
it was really
So there you go. That's actually a good picture right there on the right. The sun coming and see right there.
So you notice how the moon on the right hand side is a new moon, because the opposite side of that moon is lit, but the part of the moon facing the Earth is not lit. So it's a new moon. We can't see it. It's reflecting no sunlight.
So
Now-
it's not truly the dark side of the moon. It's just we've just never seen that side of the moon.
Correct. Now, on the opposite side of the Earth, you see it's a full moon, and you'd almost think, well, how can the sunlight get to that moon because the Earth should be blocking it? Yes, that's an eclipse. But the moon is not exactly you know what I mean? They're
not
not on the
exactly in
same
line.
line. They're not
Correct.
on the same line. So you have to
except when they have the eclipse.
except when they have the eclipse. So that moon that's behind the Earth on the left-hand side is higher up on the Earth, above the Earth, so that it is reflecting the whole side of that moon is reflecting the sunlight.
Correct.
It's complicated.
All right. Well, it is complicated.
all the while,
and
it's
that's
spinning at the
exactly
same
why
rate.
we don't need people to be landing on the moon and jacking shit up and altering it or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
I think we should make lunar bases.
They do want to do a lunar base. That's in the works.
Did
That's
you
the plan.
see that is it NASA or somebody wants to build, I think it was a 17 or 1800 square foot, not I'm going to say house, but a facility for people to live in and be remote to test what they would be like to live on Mars.
Right.
Because you can't go outside, and you're going to have this small building you're basically going to live your entire rest of your life in.
Well, didn't they sort of do that in Arizona?
Well, they tried, and the biosphere
Yes, and
failed miserably.
Well, they cheated.
Yeah, did you watch that? Did you watch that documentary?
No, I've been to it.
Well, I know, but you watched the documentary.
And they described it.
Yeah. Watch
so
the
were they
documentary.
like sneaking in snacks and things?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so what?
Well,
That's not the point of the experiment.
The whole experiment is for them to be trapped in that thing and have to grow their own food, eat their own food, and see if it's sustainable for 5 years. I don't know.
I don't remember how long it was, but
and
it failed.
They cheated. They ordered Domino's.
Yeah. They did. They delivered pizza, I think.
Did they really?
I think. But there's like a little door they were passing shit back and forth. And you know who the guy was who they brought in at the end to help clean this up was Steve Bannon.
Yes, that's right. You told that story.
Watch it. I think it's on Netflix. It's either on Netflix or
Okay,
Amazon.
so it's a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a Netflix.
All right.
And it was fascinating. And one of the guys died, I think.
While they were there? No.
I think, or shortly thereafter, he got
So
cancer.
I did a tour of the whole place, and they talked about it and all that kind of stuff.
How did he die?
I don't recall somebody
He got
dying.
cancer.
Oh.
I don't know if he died within. He may have died shortly thereafter.
So they wouldn't let him out of the biosphere?
I don't remember. It's been
That's fucked up. To let your buddy die of cancer, but you're going to go in and sneak in a pizza.
Hey,
Wait, what are you going to do? If you're on Mars, you can't leave and go get cancer treatment.
it's food,
Oh, come on.
Are you committed or not?
meat,
I mean, no.
or
All right,
maybe
well, then don't sign up with the program,
fertilizer.
Sean.
I mean, look, if I get cancer, I mean, there's got to be like, all right,
Of course,
all right,
they
he's
would
got
let you
cancer,
out.
let him out.
Did you see?
They're not
the,
going to
like,
let you die in there.
Did you see their little ocean or whatever they had?
Yes.
So
No, and it's still there.
do they still have plants and shit growing in
Uh
there?
huh. And they have
They have an
fish.
ocean?
Yeah. Well, it's not an ocean, but it's I think it has tide, doesn't it? Or doesn't it have waves or something?
Something went horribly wrong.
And yeah, and all the plants died.
What do you mean something went horribly wrong? You said that twice. No.
In the ocean experiment, they created a gigantic aquarium out of salt water in this biosphere thing,
Right.
and something
I think
failed,
the chemicals
and everything
got
died.
Off. The chemicals got off or something, and
Yes.
and all the animals and mollusks and stuff died.
Yeah, but there are still fish in there. There's still fish in there.
Original.
I don't know. It's a cool.
You know, that's
it's a cool
strange
structure.
as hell to me. How can you get the chemicals off when you're constantly?
I don't know.
I mean,
when there's nothing, when your job is to make sure that
I am the absolute authority
right
on treating this water,
saltwater
but
aquarium.
yet the shit's going to get out of whack.
Yeah,
It
So
did.
That doesn't
did.
say a lot.
it doesn't.
I mean,
They should fire the guy in charge.
I don't know.
Well, they had their own air, I think.
Maybe it goes to prove how out of control we are. We really have no control over Mother Nature. We can manipulate it to a certain point, but Mother Nature has her divine path, and she's going to take it.
Yep. There it
That
is.
was it. They just showed it. He just showed a picture of it.
What
Yeah.
was it?
The biosphere.
The biosphere.
There was a bunch of little.
That's it.
right there.
Yeah,
Look
we
at that.
visited
Yeah,
that
like
thing.
the jungle right there, that big pyramid-looking thing, and you had the all the labs and stuff, and obviously where
Ooh,
they
what's
lived.
in this? What's up in the skylight one? That's kind of cool. The
I
little,
don't think we went up that.
the tower. That would be my room.
That's where they made porn,
Ooh, that's definitely my room.
bio porn.
Bio porn?
Yeah.
Well, because that's going to be huge on Mars. What was that designed to mimic life on Mars or life on the moon?
I think so. Yes, I think it was more moon back then. I don't know if it was Mars or the moon, but it was something
I don't
like
think
that.
it had anything to do with where. I just think that they wanted to know if whatever planet was. Hell, it could be floating out in the middle of space.
They just wanted to know if they could survive without dominoes, and the answer was no.
Yeah, it's a big resounding no.
Yeah.
It would be cool to have some sort of self-sustaining I mean, they've got those self-sustaining orbs or jars of plants. Put a little soil in there. Put
Yeah,
a
but
cap on there.
How long does that last?
Well, I mean, this guy said, "Hey, man, I've had this for 70 years." And they've got pictures of it, and it's green. It's got stuff in there, and it's maintaining itself.
Does it got like lizards in it?
I don't know
Or
what it's got in
bugs
it,
or
but
something?
the point is that it has life in it.
Well, yeah,
And
but
Algae.
you got to be able to grow like tomatoes and green beans.
I'm just saying
and-
that's at a microscopic
I
level.
know. I'm just
Putting
saying.
So-
human in that.
Well, I mean, if you get a big enough place out there, can you imagine just floating out in the middle of space, just continuously going, and you're in like
I've
in
seen lots of
Movies.
movies. Yeah,
yeah, well, those don't end well. Those like,
not usually.
and I've seen all kinds of movies like that.
But
The
usually, like-
Passengers. Do you guys watch The Passengers? With gosh, who were the
is that
two?
McConaughey?
No, it was about two. They were on this, I don't know, 500-year journey, and two of them woke up early.
Oh yeah,
Like-
is that to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, Chris Pratt, and I don't remember who the girl was.
I
Oh,
have not seen this.
The girl that was in Hunger Games.
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Yeah. So he wakes up early, and then she does.
Well, no. So
I haven't seen it.
he
You guys,
wakes
you
up-
guys are going to spoil this
No.
for me.
he wakes up early and
Don't give it away.
Yeah, don't give it away.
'Cause he
Man,
hasn't seen-
fuck Paul. You know,
What?
no, I mean, I don't really want to have sex with you, but no, fuck you.
No.
Anyway,
Don't
it was
spoil
good.
this.
But it's that kind of thing where they built this ship to last
120 years,
something
so
ridiculous.
that they can make it to another colony,
Right, another star.
long way.
But they were supposed to sleep the entire way.
Yeah, there
Oh, and
was
they
no.
woke up early.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't wake up early. There was a mechanical issue
There you
with
go.
where you're not supposed to have a mechanical issue thing.
Right.
There was
Right.
some sort of asteroid had come through and just dunk and broke something. and
Oh, I see.
Things
It's good.
started
It is good.
exponentially
so they
getting
were by
worse and worse.
themselves.
Oh, nice.
They were by themselves.
Do they have
for
sex?
Well, she was
full
pissed.
graphic on side.
Full nude.
Full nude.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Demi Moore, full nude.
Full nude.
But luge. Actually, you know what? This is one of the movies I actually purchased. That's how much I enjoyed it.
It was good. I recommend it.
I'm amazed. Okay, I'm getting it on the list. I didn't know.
Passengers.
I
It's well
love these
done.
kind of shows,
Yeah, it was well done.
Yeah, it really was.
and I like Chris Pratt.
I'm gonna go back and watch Parks and Rec. Did you guys ever watch that?
No,
No, I used to watch that every single night. I mean,
Parks
So you
and
did
Rec.
or you did not? You said
I-
no, but then you said
I
watched-
used to watch it. Yes,
oh. Was it good?
Parks and Rec. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I mean, I got burnt out on it, but I mean, because when I watch these shows, I like. I mean, I watched them like what was it like 10 seasons? I watch them all, and then
Chris Pratt is in that.
Yes, he is, and he's funny.
That's where you
And,
got to start.
And then I watch them again, and then again, and then again, from season 1 to 10. And I do it with a bunch of different things, like It's Always Sunny, and was Modern Family, just a bunch of shows I like until I get sick of them.
Happy Days.
No, Happy Days never really made the list. I don't think Happy Days would. I wouldn't mind going back and watch Laverne and Shirley
The Cosby Show.
Well, did I tell you guys that we got Hulu because I wanted to
or Archie Bunker.
there
That
you
would be
go.
funny.
the
Letterkenny.
whatever show, Mary Tyler Moore show.
Thank you.
Remember
for
we've
sharing.
been talking about that.
Oh yeah, it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, and then also what was
New
the,
episodes.
and then the other one was Bob Newhart.
Are
these new episodes?
They're brand new.
new.
So I got Hulu because I figured my parents would want to watch those shows, and so
Right.
we watched a whole bunch while I was in Colorado.
Well, now you need to watch Letterkenny.
I do.
Yeah.
I do need to. Oh no, I already
What was
canceled
the-
Hulu.
that Bob Newhart show.
No,
where-
I have it until the 16th. So
Cram it in.
okay, I will.
the Bob Newhart show. When he was in
Never
San
watched that.
Francisco.
Never watched that.
It's funny. I like Bob Newhart. Now I thought there were two. I thought there was two Bob Newhart shows because
There were.
I was okay. What there were?
One was back in the 70s.
I didn't want to watch the first one. I wanted to watch the second one.
Well, yeah, the first one was back in the 70s. I remember his secretary had a big red afro,
Yes.
and it was very
But
70s.
the Bob Newhart show?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Which-
it was called the Bob Newhart show.
I've seen them both. One
Yeah.
was the Bob Newhart show, and then another one.
Newhart. I think it was just called Newhart, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
See,
Then the spinoff
that's
was
where I
when he
messed up.
retired, and he and his wife went to.
No, it was a completely different show.
and that
it
was
was a completely different
because
show.
one of
that
the-
was much better.
Because one of the jokes was I think on the last episode, he woke up next to his wife from the first show,
Okay.
Suzanne Plachette.
and the whole thing was a dream.
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I remember that was a thing.
So put Bob Newhart, San Francisco.
Newhart. Yeah,
That's what I wanted to watch.
so that's his wife there on the left during the whole program. And then I don't know if it was the last episode or one of the episodes, he woke up and he woke up next to his
wife from the other show.
from the other show.
Right.
He was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, that's funny.
That's kind of funny.
I did see that. I never watched this, and I think this is the one where they had the three brothers that were stupid.
My brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Yeah,
That's what I was expecting, but it was the other one I went to, and that was a mistake. So I need to
that
go
guy
back.
on the right was in Mork and Mindy, I believe.
Oh yeah, the handyman.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's funny. Good stuff.
didn't Bob Newhart die here recently?
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah, I know he was fairly old. I don't know if he was funny though.
He was really funny. I liked him.
Yeah,
No, he's
he's
not
still
dead.
alive. Wow, he's 91. There you go.
He's not dead. That's amazing.
We haven't killed him off.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, you know what? Bob Newhart was in some show. I want to say he was an artist. And I'm trying to figure out what the name of it, but whatever. We don't have to look it up or anything, but
Oh,
He
he's
was
in
in
a
the Big
was
Bang
in the
Theory
different
for a
show?
while.
it was an 80s show, and it was like in San Francisco. And he was married, lived on the top floor, and one of his, I don't know if they owned the building, and he's
Was it
renting.
Jeffersons.
No, what? Really?
Moving on up.
No.
I used to watch that every day. Jeffersons.
Keep going. Keep going. What else do you remember about it? Maybe we can figure it out.
You know, that's basically it. And he had some weird
okay.
guy. I'm not sure if he was gay. You know, he was really goofy looking.
Three's Company.
And yeah, kind of a Jack Tripper kind of style character on there. And Bob Newhart would
227.
always make fun of him. Yeah, but Leonard Kenny is actually, I enjoyed it. Leonard Kenny's got kind of a different spin because it's stupid, but yet it's smart.
Oh,
And
the
because
writing is smart.
they use a lot of, I want to say Shakespearean type of the way they say things. And it's the stuff that you learn in English, like in your sophomore
Sure.
year, where you have repeated letters and the style.
Alliterations.
Yeah, the style of poetry. These guys, they nail it, and they do it fast and with a straight face.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I tell you who's funny on the show is the bartenderess. She's so
Oh,
raunchy. Whenever she's talking to you, she's talking in this very, I don't know it's like she wants to have sex with you on the spot, and she's all writhing in the air, and everything she says is
Yeah.
sexually charged.
Oh yeah,
When she's having a conversation, and she's just like all writhing and everything, and it's kind of funny.
like she's ready to,
Oh, she's just like-
pounce.
She's like, "Do me now," but she's having a conversation with you.
That's funny. Oh, and I'll watch it.
It's good.
Letter Kenny. Got it.
Can't believe you haven't started it already.
Well, I mean, I didn't
I'm on the last. season.
remember
Have
that
you-
it was on Hulu.
Have you watched all of them?
No, I stopped watching it because I want to get back into it. I don't want to.
There's a new season. I'm like on
yeah.
episode 3 or 4 of the final season, or the last season anyway.
I mean, the last one I saw, I'm not maybe the first or second episode into one of the seasons. Remember when the sister gets cheated on,
Oh yeah.
and everyone's trying to beat the shit out of that dude?
Right.
Well, I saw like episode 1 and 2 of the following season, but I stopped because I was like, no, I'm gonna savor this.
Let them build back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And the fact that it's very fast talking, back and forth, so you really have to listen.
Well, I'm gonna need subtitles.
And they're Canadian.
Canadian subtitles.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
did we finish talking about anything? We loose ends on the whole Olympics conversation?
No, I think we finished it. There was a lot
No.
going on. There's a lot. I mean, there's a million different sports, right? So
I did see one. I never saw it on the TV though. I saw a highlight on, was it YouTube or Instagram or one of those things, where I think it was the American decathlete. He was doing the long jump, and he was running down. You know how they're supposed to plant their foot on the white line and then jump, right?
right.
Well, he did that, and I think he popped his hammy.
Oh no.
And basically, he planted that foot and then dove like 8 feet head first into the sand and just laid there.
Oh.
And then
Oh, that sucks.
it was just so violent looking
Right.
that you're just like, holy shit, he just Supermaned it instead of doing his jump.
Right.
He was like, and he laid there, and you really couldn't tell. I think the announcer said he was recovering from a hamstring, so they're thinking that it was his hamstring that popped. And
yeah, there were a couple weird things like that. There's also I don't know if it was the 1500 meters, but the women were running, and somebody fell, and the girl behind her fell.
It's that Belgian decathlete.
Wheeled off after
2016.
Belgian.
Oh, he came in 4th in the 2016. Okay, that would a bum deal, man.
So yeah, they're gonna show it. I hate to laugh. Sorry.
All right, so
oh,
they didn't really show
it. That looked awful.
He just lays there.
Yeah, it's almost like he just throws his leg over and he just pops.
Yeah. So I don't know what ultimately happened, but
yeah, see if they play that again, or I mean, try to figure out what happened. Boom. Okay, so jeez.
Yeah, his leg just kicks over to the right and takes out his other leg.
Did he just trip? I don't think so. I think something happened.
And so he just stopped.
And he was in like second place. Foul.
Yeah.
The red flag come up.
Right.
You don't need to be rude. They should have thrown a yellow flag at him. Foul. That's not how you do
like
it.
they run over and then put it in his face.
Yeah. Yeah, but he laid there for a long time, and they had to bring a stretcher out for him. So I don't know exactly what happened, but
yeah, that's too bad.
And he was. I think he was. They said he was like contending.
Right. Yeah.
So,
he was in the running.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the one I was talking about, where the women, the woman went down and took out the girl behind her, and then she got up, and like at that point, you're done.
She ended up winning, didn't she?
She ended up winning.
Yeah, I saw that.
She just like freaking took off.
Yeah.
And passed everybody and won. It was crazy. Yeah, it was during the 1500 meters. She gets back up to win. That was a cool story.
Yeah, there's always some really good stories like this.
How could you do that?
That's happened before.
I mean, first off, you're supposed to be on a pace. You're supposed to be on a pace to where you're going to be exhausted when you cross the finish line.
I think the adrenaline kicks in at that point.
Well, that's exactly what happened. She went down and just started sprinting at a much higher pace.
Right.
And then didn't stop.
That's happened before. I've seen some footage of that happening where someone gets tripped and they get like 50 yards behind. And it takes them, almost the whole race.
Couple laps, yeah.
They end up getting back in it, and the guy, it was a guy at this time, and he ended up winning it.
That's amazing. That should, I mean, theoretically, that should never be even possible.
Yeah, but they've got that, like you said, it's adrenaline. It does weird stuff to you.
It does.
I mean, like impossible stuff. Like, I mean, you got stories where people are lifting up cars.
Right.
So it's like extra superhuman energy.
Yeah. I mean, you figure they would try to harness that as part of racing, I
don't think you can just turn on and off, though.
No, you can't. It has to be something that's unexpected.
I feel like they're like, I'm trying to think of the superhero. It says, anywhere you see this, anywhere you see that, we'll be watching. It's like Black Lives Matter. Anytime they see a white officer kill a black person, they'll be there,
Yeah. Well, those are the professional protesters, right? That go around. The same people go around to different cities.
Did you, the young lady police officer in Chicago that just got shot?
I know.
How sad is it? I mean, it's sad when any of them pass away.
She's 29.
29, just got back from maternity leave.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Just got back from maternity leave.
First female police officer killed in 33 years.
First day back from maternity leave.
That's awful.
And she's beautiful, too.
Yeah, she's a pretty lady.
Well, and you saw when the mayor, Lightfoot, came to the hospital?
They kick her out.
No,
they turned their back on her.
They turned their backs on her.
Really? I did not see that.
Yeah, in the hospital.
How did she address that?
She just talked really loud. Hey, guys, I'm over here. No, I'm kidding.
Is she like sticking her head up?
she walked around the room to get on the other side, and then they turned around again.
So I didn't see any video. They had one picture of a bunch of officers just facing the other direction, but you didn't have any real context of where she was standing.
No,
in the
picture didn't do it justice, but they turned their back while she was speaking, and I guess media was there.
That's the reason why the media doesn't want to show that.
And they turned their backs.
I don't see how she won. She's not a good speaker.
I don't know.
Well, I don't understand how she got it.
Well, because Chicago's totally jacked.
Well, I know, but
she used to work for George Soros directly.
Yeah, you can put any liberal Democrat on a ballot there, and they'll be like, oh, okay.
I
yeah,
wonder
sure.
if did she say she's going to run again?
I don't know.
Because I don't see how she could win.
I tell you what, I'm not going to go out very far on a limb here. She may be one of the hottest mayors in the country.
She looks like General Akbar.
Oh, she looks awful. And I
Like
hate to
Beetlejuice.
I hate to pick on her
That
looks,
too.
but she is atrocious.
God. Yeah, Paul.
I know, it's mean.
I tell you, I just finished off the
Dick.
Dickel, and this 13-year-old Dickel,
Yeah.
Good.
it's very tasty.
It
I want to
is.
say the very last pull, I did it with a swig of beer. I tasted a little coconut.
Old
We
Williamsburg.
finally found our
Yeah.
coconut bourbon.
Yeah, but this
Oh,
one's
it's not
good.
bourbon though.
No, it's a whiskey.
So let's make sure we go back and get one this week.
Distilled and charcoal
Yeah, I want to keep
mellowed.
one.
That's
I want to keep one in the
great.
vault on that one.
Tullahoma, Tennessee, 100 proof.
Yeah, good stuff. I just had my last little swig as well, and it was good. It was really good.
It is very exciting to have all these bourbons sitting here. So, for those people that don't know, our host here, Mr. Jeff, where we do the podcast at, is doing some house upgrades, getting some painting done, and so we had to relocate all the bourbons onto our executive desk where we have our podcast. So we've got I don't even know how many there's going to
There's
be
probably
here.
80 of them here.
It's ridiculous.
I think
But-
we're up to 80,
It's exciting. I'm looking at them,
and we have 5 more downstairs.
It's ridiculous.
I want
That
to
I do know.
pick out another one and taste a little drinky of it, but no, excuse me, I don't know which one.
I'll find one.
What are you looking for?
Something to drink.
Well, did you hear the music?
Oh yeah. Well, I can still drink when music's going on.
We have bourbon downstairs that hasn't been tapped.
1792, full proof. Yeah, this is going in my mouth before we go downstairs.
Oh wow,
Wow.
that was a little graphic.
That's the end of part 1. I
Yeah.
would like just a pube of that, please.
Yep, I'll have a little bit too. All right, well, thanks for listening for the first part of our August 10th podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
And this is Sean.
And this is Sean. We talk about ourselves in third person.
Yeah, and this is Sean.
And this is Dudes Like Us.
Dudeslikeus.com. I'm sorry, it's not a .com,
No,
it's
it's
a
.us.
.us. I had the folks from .com call me or send me an email.
You ass.
You are an ass. Okay, dudeslikeus.us. Thank you. We'll see you shortly. We're going to have another drink.